Mindfulness 102. Mindfulness of multiple objects. When we are walking, we can be mindful of our legs and our feet moving. We can also be mindful of our arms swinging. We can be mindful of our breathing. We can be mindful that we are seeing something. We can be mindful that we are hearing a bird singing. So as we are walking around, we can be mindful of our feet, mindful of our hands swinging, mindful of our breathing, mindful of seeing, mindful of hearing the birds singing, and this mindfulness can move around. And we may notice that if we are mindful of breathing, we are not mindful of our feet. If we're mindful of our feet, we're not mindful of our arms. We're mindful of our arms, we're not mindful of seeing. If we're mindful of seeing, we will not be mindful of hearing. We experience that as the mindfulness moves around, we may be only mindful of certain things at a certain time. So we can be mindful of multiple objects. And we have freedom. As our mindfulness moves freely from one thing to another, we have freedom. And this is a very natural way. We do not have to force anything. It's natural for mindfulness to move around. And because it is natural, we are relaxed. And we are happy. Now, this kind of mindfulness is different from the normal concept of mindfulness, where we are mindful of only a single object, like the breathing, or the feet moving, or the stomach rising and falling. And this kind of mindfulness is not freedom. It is very restricted. And it is unnatural. If we have a 5-year-old boy and we ask them to sit still, stay in a single place, this is unnatural for the 5-year-old. And he will not be relaxed, he will be tense. And he will not be happy. So this kind of mindfulness is different from this kind of mindfulness. We wish to have this kind of mindfulness, where we can have multiple objects, we have freedom, it's a natural way, and we feel relaxed and happy. Traditional practice of mindfulness has mindfulness concentrated on a single object like the breathing, or mindfulness concentrated on a single object like the movement of the feet. And they worry that if mindfulness is wandering around, this is not concentration. It's a loss of concentration on the feet or concentration on the breathing. But what we have here is mindfulness. We have continuity of mindfulness. We do not need to have mindfulness on a single object. We have continuous mindfulness concentrated on multiple objects, which has the same benefits as continuous mindfulness concentrated on a single object. Because what we want is continuous mindfulness, but continuous mindfulness need not necessarily be concentrated on a single object. As long as we have mindfulness continuously, this is continuous mindfulness. Taking the example of the boy, it is quite all right for the boy to run around. As long as we are mindful and follow his movements and know where he is. Similarly, it is okay to let the mind wander around naturally, as long as we keep track of where the mind is going.